Welcome back. Today, we're going to continue talking about the emotional reference, or start talking about the emotional reference. Um, Yesterday what was it we talked about? We talked about the guide to the references. Now we're going to talk about the emotional reference. Emotions, the other side of the emotion, and the lesson or the way out. Releasing an emotional pattern that limits you requires understanding the issue and how it affects your life. In other words, understanding why you're experiencing this problem, what you could experience instead, and what you need to do to change. And changing a pattern is like erasing a groove. And sometimes we have grooves in our fingernails. See if you can see the grooves in my fingernail. There's little lines through the nail all across it. And you can file those down and make it smooth. But it takes a while because some of them are deeper than others. The deeper it is embedded, the longer you need to erase it. For some emotions, you may only need to bring them into your awareness to release them. Others, more deep-rooted emotions, will require more time and attention. All unpleasant emotions are four-based. The following list of emotions consists of negative feelings or the fear of not experiencing a positive feeling such as love, meaning fear of not being loved or lovable. It could also be fear of love. Now, I'm going to share with you an experience I had, which is the first emotion that we're talking about on here, and that's abandonment. When I was born, my dad wanted a boy. And when they said it was a girl, he goes, "A girl?" And he was heartbroken because he wanted a boy really bad. His first child, he wanted a boy. And when I was 1, my brother was born. And my parents left me with my grandma, my dad's mom. And they moved to New York. Supposedly they couldn't afford to feed 2 kids, but why have them if you can't afford to keep care of them? Anyway, they left me with grandma. And I think they were gone for like 4 years, because the next time I saw them, my mom was pregnant with my sister and came home to bring the family back together. And then my mom tripped and did a somersault on the curb and landed on the sidewalk. And my brother and I thought it was funny because, this round belly and everything. Mom tripped and did a somersault and is laying there on the sidewalk. And we didn't know that, the baby could have been hurt or whatever. But my sister was born, and the next day she died. So, there's a lot of heartache and things that's years ago. That's going to take me a while when I figure out which emotion I need to work on to get that out, because it's engraved, or what do you call it? It's deep, many years, So, for abandonment emotion, the other side of that is out at a moment, at 1 minute, okay? The way out is I embrace all of life's experiences. And the oil that I would use is lavender. And the alarm point is the small intestines. So I look on charts E, G, E, F, G, and H. And I'm going to show you those charts. I'm going to show you all the charts. I have them marked in my book here. Okay. Let me turn this camera around so you can see. Okay, here's chart A and B. They're the face and the neck. And the points that it's labeled where you put the oil. Being careful not to get in the eyes. That's A and B. Next, go to C and D. Here's charts C and D. With all the little different areas where you put the oil. Now, go to chart E and F. There's a lot of detail in this. And then the last two charts is G and H. The feet and the hands. Anyway, so what I'm supposed to do for abandonment on the small intestines, E, F, G, and H. So here's G and H. And look for intestines. Small intestine. On this chart here is this great big gray area. You take lavender and you rub it right on that spot. And it helps. Each time you add it, will make it a little lesser and a little lesser. But that's only chart G. H, there's one here. I'll find small intestines on H here, which is in the hands. I'm looking. Small intestines is right here on the ball of the hand, and also on the other hand in the middle of the hand. Whoops, you can't see that. There we go. In the middle of the hand and right on the edge on the other one. So you put it on the ball of the foot where the little arch is, and you also put it on those two parts of the hand. And then there's two other charts. It was G and H and F and E. So I go back on F and E, which is the back of the body. Let me find small intestines. Probably, okay, the small intestines is clear across the lower back on the side by the waist. Clear across to the other side on that. And then on this here side, small intestines is the front of the body. Of course, it's probably down low where the intestines are. The small intestine, the same area, but so you just do it clear around the body, around that waist where the intestines are. And that's what I need to do if I have an abandonment problem, which I have. I don't know if you do or not, but if you do, lavender is what you need, and you put it on the small intestines on those 4 charts. And then it said back there, like, what was it, up to 16 times a day. So, you put the drop on your hand and you run it clockwise 3 times before you put it anywhere to activate the oil. Anyway, this book can take some time to go through for each problem someone might have. I'm just going to read through this one page. There's several pages, but I'm going to do one page today. Abandonment is the first one. The next one is abundance. If you have an abundance, sometimes there's good emotions and sometimes there's bad emotions. So if you have an abundance, which sounds like a good thing to me, you can study on that. And then there's abuse, which I also had growing up for 9 years. 9 years of abuse. And so it's going to take a while for me to get healed, to make myself better and not being whatever's wrong with me. I mean, I feel like I'm normal, but with these oils, I'm not. I mean, I'm not the way I should be. So I can get that by following these. Get the oil it needs and say the words, put it on the chart, on the body part from the chart, and make it work. But I think I only need to do one at a time. I don't want to try to do all of them at once, because your body needs time to adjust, and then it can't happen overnight, because like I said, some of them are pretty deep. And if you have abuse of any kind, any and all abuse, and then there's acceptance. If you have an addiction, you can have help from that. Adrenaline exhaustion, always tired. I think I have that. Aggression, agitated, being alone, the fear of being alone, or always being alone. Aloneness, aloof, ambivalent, and ambivalent. Let me try to pronounce this. Ambivalence. AMBIVALENCE. Anyway, ambivalence. There we go. Ambivalence. And then anger. And that's all for this first page. But it tells you which oil to use. Let's let you browse that. It tells you which oil to use. You can look if you want what to say on the way out, and where to put it in the chart to look for to know where to put the oil. So I shared with you a little bit about my abandonment problem. And so now tomorrow we're coming here, and I'm going to try to go through the next page, hopefully 2 pages of the emotions and the way out and the alarm point, where to put the oil, what oil to put on, and go from there. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're learning from me. If you have any questions, if you have any, problems, just, if you don't want to do it where other people can read it, email me. Email me, hey, I have an abandonment problem. Can you help me? Or hey, I have a problem with smoking, or drugs, or I have an addiction of sex, or whatever your problem might be. Email me. It'll be private. I won't mention anything. I would just email back what I can do to help you, and we can get things situated for everybody to be a healthier person. I hope I helped you by this so far, and then we can continue on and make everybody feel good. And I leave this with you today to ponder on what you might want to comment. And I hope you have a good day. I know I'm going to try. And share this with someone that might have a problem that they need help with. And smash the like button. And leave a comment. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you have a wonderful day. Ta-ta.